What's up everyone, and welcome to Monday's edition of Reptile News. Now, I'm going to say right now, I'm going to try a few different things in editing. You guys probably won't notice a difference, but just in case you do, if it's good or bad, leave a comment down below and let me know. Secondly, if you have a new story that you want to see me cover on this channel, hit me up on Twitter at Reptile411. I'm always there. I'll always respond, and yeah, it'll be a good way to get some viewer mixed news in here. And thirdly, I have started a Patreon account, as I've mentioned numerous times before. So if you feel like supporting the channel in a monetary way and getting a little something extra for it, that link's right down in the description below. Now we're going to start off today in Virginia with kind of a sad story. See, not too long ago we talked about the two-headed copperhead that was found out in the wild. Well, long story short, that copperhead has died in captivity. Now these animals rarely live for an extended period of time out in the wild, and biologists were saying that while they shared a body, they had two independent heads, and they believed that both heads were capable of producing and distributing venom independently. And this is, I mean, like I said, it's a sad story, and I'm not really too familiar with two-headed snakes, other than it's just an awesome freak of nature-ish sort of thing. And two-headed snakes found in the wild is even more awesome, because I mean, usually you hear about it from somebody who's been breeding thousands of corn snakes a year or whatever. They hatch one with two heads or whatever, you know, but one in the wild is particularly amazing. And I'm not sure an animal like this has a very good shot at it to begin with. Of course, this particular copperhead probably had a better chance in captivity than it did in the wild. They did mention, if you remember when we talked about the story before, that they were concerned about the two heads fighting over food or whatever, but I guess that question's been answered. And again, very, very unfortunate story coming out of Virginia. And then we're going to move on to a story that, I don't know, it's been popping up for, I don't know, maybe the last week or so, but that is about some prehistoric lizard footprints that were discovered in the Grand Canyon. To be exact, 350 million year old prehistoric lizard footprints, predating the dinosaurs by some time, and predating the oldest ones that they found to be about 20 million years older than that. And they're saying that this is about 5 million years after reptiles were found on Earth, and in an evolutionary time scale, we're talking like minutes, 5 million years. So it's just it's the oldest set of prints that they found. And something kind of odd about it, I'll share an image up here, is the lizard, they believe it walks sideways. Now scientists are saying that it could have been blown by wind, it could have been scaling sideways up a hill, it could have been circling a predator or prey or whatever, but the footprints are sideways, whereas the claws are pointed straight forward, which was kind of awkward. And one scientist goes on to say that we'll probably never have an answer to whether this lizard was walking sideways naturally or not. And you know, that this one thing that always amazes me about these fossilized footprints is, number one, this is like a 3.5 foot slab of sandstone. 3.5 feet of sandstone. It gives a clue to 315 million years ago on our planet. It's such a small thing in the grand scheme of things. I mean, most people, to try to size it up, most people will never leave their state of residence. The people that do will never leave their country. Very few people will see the entire world, and this is 3.5 feet of 350 million year old history, which is kind of amazing. And you know what's weird about it is, for example, in today's day and age, now obviously 315 million years ago, the world was a much different place, much more violent, I believe. There was no getting along. You were either eating or being eaten, one or the other. And of course that went on for hundreds of millions of years. But what I find absolutely amazing is that you know, not even domesticated animals, but wild animals today, for example, I can go out on my property, I could see fox, deer, raccoon prints or whatever, and I could be pretty much guaranteed that the next day they'll be gone. Let alone the next year, let alone 315 million years later. So I got to wonder how sparsely populated the Grand Canyon was 315 million years ago, and how just perfect everything had to work out for these 2-inch footprints on this 3.5-foot long slab of sandstone to be perfectly preserved and fossilized in there. It's just absolutely amazing stuff to read about. I love reading about it. I love hearing about it. I don't love the fact that the one scientist said we'll probably never know the answer, because hey, this is what it is. It's 2018 and we love nothing more than seeking answers in this day and age and action. And I want to leave you guys by saying, I know I've missed a couple of shows. The first one I missed, which was last Wednesday, I believe it was on purpose. I think it was Wednesday, yeah. It was on purpose. I just wanted to let the last one that I posted about the future of the channel and the ideas, I wanted to let it sink in and try to get some feedback. And it seems to me, if you're still watching, it seems to me that every time, I mean, we've talked about stuff like this in the past, and when we have, nobody really cares. Every answer I get is, oh, just do whatever you want to do and I'll watch, which I really, really appreciate. Don't get me wrong, I really do. But I also really, really want to know what you guys prefer seeing, because that will help me in moving into the future. So yeah, don't hold back. If I'm not doing something that you want done, let me know. If you're loving what I'm doing, let me know. Either way, just let me know. And then Friday's show, I got busy. I had so much stuff going on. My editing computer was down for quite a while. On Friday, I received a new video card. If you follow me on my gaming channel, then you'll know the story. If not, ask me, I'll tell you. And so the computer was down for most of the day, so I just skipped the show because there was no point. There was no editing to be done that day. And also, because of the last show, moving into the future, there's going to be days I'm going to miss, obviously. And I'll try to, I mean, you guys tell me what you want. Do you just want me to not do it if I'm going to miss it? Or should I announce something maybe on the Facebook page or Twitter or something? Or anyway, let me know in those comments down below how you would like things like that handled. But I promise you, with these new plans, new ideas, and exciting new stuff going on, that there's going to be days that are going to be missed, and hopefully it gets worked out all soon, I hope. And that, my friends, is going to be all your news for this Monday. If you'd like to read any more about these stories, those links are right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and hopefully we're going to see you Wednesday.